Yeah, hi. Woke up in a bad mood but decided not to feed the bad wolves, so. And I really tried to use the sacred gift of anger in order to produce or to bring up something useful instead of getting overwhelmed by bad energies. So, I stumbled across this thing here, UVALA landform. UVALA is originally a local toponym. Like, I guess that means this kind of topographic thing that you have. Used by people in some regions in Slovenia, Croatia, Bosnia and Herzegovina, Montenegro and Serbia. In geosciences, it denotes a closed karst depression, the terrain formed usually of elongated or compound structure of larger size than that of sinkholes. It is a morphological form frequently found in the outer Dinarides, anywhere between Slovenia and Greece. UVALA has become a globally established term, and also to distinguish such depressions from polyes, size of many kilometers. Definitions of UVALAs are often poorly empirically supported. The coalescence of dolines is a most frequently found and still dominant explanation, yet because of the ongoing dissatisfaction with this definition, the term UVALA has often been belittled. Occasionally, it was even proposed that the term be given up altogether. So, that's obviously a depression. And I'm not sure, but somehow it looks that there's nothing like trees growing out there. I don't know if people took them away, but it also could be really well possible that there's just no trees growing. This kind of peat area. But I don't want to dive in that further, but I noticed this here. So, wait a second, I'll show you one picture. Yeah, you have seen that before. They think the issues are too deep to be grasped by outsiders or common folk. Yeah, so what does it need in order to get a scholar or this kind of university human? You have to read 1,000 books. You have to write at least one paper, which is then getting criticized. And I don't know if you can freely choose what you are writing about. I have no idea, but or is there like this kind of list? Choose one of those what we propose to you. I have no idea. So you read stuff which other people have once written, and then you try to remember. And if you use any citates or whatever from these kind of things, you have to really put it into your final paper what you wrote, which I have noticed many papers, they are just like this kind of gathering of other papers just in order to somehow underline that, yeah, I really read those. Yeah, and then you make this one paper, and after that, you are above all others which haven't enjoyed this kind of better schooling, thinking about complicated things. Yeah, I just wanted to show you that. Now let's go back to where we were before. Wikipedia. Page issues. This article is written like a research paper or scientific journal that may use overly technical terms, or may not be written like an encyclopedic article. Overly technical terms. This is like one way to obscure knowledge using overly technical terms. This is really simple mechanism to keep other people away, If you are interested into something and you try to read, then there's a word you've never heard. Then you start to Google it. And then, now I get it. And then you continue the text, and there's another word, you Google it, and then you realize that, yeah, oh, wow, now I understand this word too. But because the whole text is full of those words, it's really difficult to get through that if you have to Google all the time in order to figure out what those words mean. So, but if you do it once, you probably noticed or may come to the conclusion that the whole thing, the whole paper, could have been written in a much, much more simple language. And I ask, why they don't write those papers in a simple language? What is the point of that? I don't know. But I won't be fooled anymore about those. Reading between the lines. See the patterns. Yeah, so much about Wikipedia today. Or about until now. I don't know. Let's see. Day is young. What happens today? No one knows. Yeah, thanks for stepping by.